So where are you training-wise, and do you feel you're ready to peak this week? Or?
Yeah, training's actually been going really well. I stayed back here I didn't go to regionals down in Texas. Training went really well, and I'm really healthy, so I think it's put me up good.
You set up for a PR performance, or is that realistic for you right now?
I think it is realistic. Down at Pac-12s, I had 5 PRs, but those events have been I've been practicing every day in practice. So I think there's still improvement in those events. And then the shot put and the discus were not my best down at USC, and so we've been working a lot on those as well, and those have actually been going very well. So I think overall there's a good chance of another PR.
Is this a matter of being steady all across the board and keeping your head in the game?
Yeah, I think it's just keeping your head in the game. Like I've said to teammates before, once you get to nationals, it's kind of like anything can happen, especially in the decathlon where there's 10 events. There's so many opportunities to, do well and do poorly, but I think as long as you stay in the game and you just keep on, going on from event to event to event, there's a good shot to do really well.
What a battle you had with Jeremy Tylo, man.
Yeah.
Is that your budding rivalry? Is that a guy you think that you'll be going head-to-head with over the years?
Yeah, I think, this is his last year, but I think if he does anything later on, post-collegiate, and I do something post-collegiate, I definitely think, he's always going to be up there. Hopefully I'm always up there in that caliber. And, he was just a great competitor.
Talk about your emotions when you found out. How did you find out that you actually won it by, 3 points?
3 points, yeah. Well, right after 1500, I just kind of walked off the track right in the middle there, and I was leaning up against a Gatorade cooler, and I can see my coach yelling, "He did it!" And I didn't know I scored over 8,000. I just knew that he was saying I beat Jeremy, and then I saw my time, and I knew I had to run 4:25, and if I did that, I could score 8,000. And I don't know, it's kind of a moment of disbelief. That was the goal for so long, and to do it, only by 3 points, beating somebody else, and getting the 8,000 mark, it was awesome. I mean, it was just hard to, wrap my head around it.
Was that Jamie doing the yelling?
Yeah, he was I think like 50 yards down the 100 stretch or something, and he knew, because I didn't hear Jeremy's time when I was still running. I didn't hear his time, and I didn't even hear my time when I crossed. But he, in his head, he's like, boom, he got it. He was in that 8-second mark, and so he was really excited. I was really tired.
What meant more to you, the 8,000 or winning the time?
I don't really know. 8,000 mark is a great accomplishment. You talk to people, and it's just like that's the mark that sets you apart from other people, I think. And getting that, it was, like I said, such a lifelong goal for me. I don't know. I think winning kind of pushed it over the top, and just made it even that much better of a moment. But I think that 8,000 mark will always be something in my head, just because I had to PR in the 1500 by 5 seconds, and I pushed through it and to win. I think the 8,000 mark for me was awesome, but in getting those 10 points for the team was just kind of added on.
Yeah. How much more confidence do you have now, since after Pac-12s, the other guys have to come to your place and you've been practicing here every day? How much more confidence do you have going into this one?
No, I think it does. It adds a lot of confidence that I can just bring into the meet. I guess I can kind of play on that. Indoor nationals, to take 8th place, I only had to beat a kid by 3 seconds. My PR was 3 seconds faster than his, and I ended up running 3 seconds slower than my PR, and I only beat him by 2.5 seconds. So he beat me out of 8th place. And that was a real downer. And so going into that 1500, I was kind of thinking the same thing, like, here we go. I don't know if I can do this. It's, all the pressure is put on my shoulders, and going and running that time and winning, I think I know it's something like I'm always going to have in my, with me is a confidence builder. I know I can step up and do it. And doing it at the home field, home crowd, all my family, my friends back from Sweet Home, and it's going to be awesome.
How nice is that to happen here, where you practice every day, in the Pac-12 champ, and to come here and having your home turf? What can you describe those emotions for you, just thinking about it?
Yeah, I mean, thinking about it is, I like to think it's an advantage. But I think everyone, the crowd here is just so amazing. I think everybody feeds off that. You know, having the stands packed and everything like that is going to be great for everyone. But you know, having those specialized people, you know, all just the Oregon fans, all just my, you know, my family, my friends, in the stands for me, you know, and being so close, I know I'm really excited.
How realistic is it, do you think, that the men and women could sweep this thing?
You know, I don't really know the whole logistics for that, you know, that part of the meet. I like to think it's a great chance. You know, regionals, lots of people qualified, and we got a lot of people in here. But you know, I think as long as everybody, we'll have a team meeting probably later, and they'll kind of show us like, this is where you guys are seated, this is what we think you can do. But you know, we come out here, you know, it's one of the things we always talk about. We have that O on our chest. You know, nationals are here. Everyone in the stands are going to be cheering for us, and you know, maybe a little bit of that Hayward magic will come into play. But that'd be awesome for a sweep.
What's the event that you are most likely to improve on this soon? Is there something you've done in practice that we don't know about that you feel like you're ready for a good high jump or a good throw?
Yeah, I mean, I think a good throw in the shot put, you know, it won't be very many points, you know, probably like 90 points hopefully, or 80 points. But I think, you know, the shot in the disc, you know, big improvement for me from the last meet. But I think I'm right there in practice. Everything's been so consistent the past month and 2 weeks, and you know, now playing in the week outside of nationals, it's so consistent that I think that there's going to be, you know, some big marks like in the pole vault and in the high jump, and hopefully in the long jump too.
Do you like going early, like being the first guy to perform and kind of setting the tone, maybe setting a pace for people so they have something to, you know, like look up to or something like that? Or?
You know, it doesn't really play too much into my thought, but I do like getting out here early. I kind of like that at Pac-12s, you know, getting out there, doing my own thing, and knowing that I'm working, you know, to set the team up well. And I know they look at that the same way too, you know. Afterwards, we had a team meeting, and maybe it was English Gardner. She said, you know, Dakotah came out here, and Blake, you know, they went out, did their thing, they set us up well, and let's feed off of that. And I think, you know, if I can do that here, you know, the first 2 days at nationals, hopefully that'll get some people pumped too.
What's it like to follow in the footsteps of Ashton?
You know, it's awesome. You know, and so having him here, and him being an Oregon boy too, you know, it's awesome. I can just see, you know, Ashton is an amazing athlete, and I'd like to think, you know, I have some of the same potential to improve in those events, like the shot put and the discus, because I think we're alike in that, where it didn't happen until later after college, or even his senior year. And so hopefully, you know, I look at him like that and I say, you know, I can just, you know, if I can do that, if I can improve in those events, and you know, he's just an awesome mentor silently, because he's not like he says a whole lot to me, you know, or I don't see him too often, but just silently watching him at practice, seeing what he does, he's just an awesome guy.
Thank you.